Well, we are going to talk right now about the duty of agent, the duty to act in good faith. Duty to act in good faith on behalf of the agent toward his principal. This duty of an agent arises principally from the fiduciary nature of character of the principal agent relationship. Agency relationship as a whole is based essentially on the trust reposed on the agent by principal. The principal employs an agent normally because he requires that agent's personal service or expertise. So he has to perform this kind of service or expertise in doing his duties or business duties. He will usually depend on the agent for the due performance of these services. The law imposes on the agent the duty to show good faith in his dealing on behalf of the principal himself. Duty to account. It is a fundamental obligation of every agent to keep and to render appropriate account of his uh, stewardship to his principal whenever he is called upon to do so. So he has to be ready for the principal in any time. This means that once the relationship of principal and agent is established and the agent fails to keep proper account or fails to account to the principal of monies or properties received by him in the course of his agency, he is accountable to such a principal and can be compelled to render such account by an action in a court of an account. So he has to live to deliver monies or properties to the principal and not preserve it for himself or for the others. Duty of principal. We talked about the duty of agent. We are going to talk about the duty of the principal. Duty of remunerate. The primary duty of a principal to his agent is to remunerate him for the services rendered, to give him some compensation and some money. Such duties arise whenever the agent is employed under such circumstances as would reasonably justify the expectations that he should be paid from principal to the agent himself. And this is the duty of the principal toward his agent. Duty of reimbursement and indemnity. Indemnity. In every agency relationship, there is by implication a duty on the principal to identify the agent of all losses, damages, or liabilities sustained by the agent in the course of discharging his authorized duties. Okay, we are going right now to talk about remedies available to the parties. Remedies are available to the parties by the law or other means or ways. Remedies available to the principal. Remedies available to the principal. In situations where agent by some misconduct or otherwise commits a breach of a term of his agency relationship with the principal, the latter may avail himself of one or more of a number of remedies stated below. Number one, dismissal. It means dismiss the agent himself if he misconduct or breach the contract actually. Dismissal. The principal may determine or bring the agency relationship to an end or otherwise dismiss the agent from his employment without notice. Number two, rescission and damages. The principal may also rescind any contract made on his behalf by the agent without authority or in breach of his duty, mean the agent toward the principal, and this may include claims for damages. Action for account. The principal may take an action to compel the agent to render an account for all his dealings on his behalf. In respect of their agency relationship, this may also include an account for all money or property of the principal in his possession. Action in tort. The principal may, in addition, sue the agent for conversion where the latter has received property on his behalf and is misappropriated or misused it. He may also initiate an action for negligence where such is in contravention of the agency agreement. Private prosecution. The principal may be entitled to and may take out private summons against the agent in the court, of course, the law of court, where the latter's conduct, act, or omission is criminal. Remedies available to the agent. Both the principal and the agent are entitled to and may claim one or more of the following remedies. This is for the agent himself. Damages. The agent may sue the principal to recover any loss or injury he may have suffered as a result of a principal's failure to perform any of his duties under the agency agreement. This may include his right to indemnity or reimbursement, indemnity or reimbursement and damages unless the parties agreed otherwise, or the agent has waived or otherwise lost his right to sue. Right of set off. Whenever the principal institutes an action in a court of law against the agent, the latter may claim a right of set off or counterclaim of engagement due to him from the principal by way of remuneration, indemnity, or reimbursement. This he must specifically do in his defense to the claims by the principal. So the agent has these remedies, and the other, right to lien. The agent also has a right to lien on the property, goods, or chattels of his principal in his lawful possession or custody in respect of and up to the amount of his claim for remuneration, losses, liabilities, and expenses incurred lawfully, and for advances made in favor of the principal. This is, however, subject to any agreement between the parties. The law recognizes only two types of lien: the general and particular lien. Right of stoppage in transit, where the agent stands towards his principal in the position of an unpaid seller of goods, he may exercise this right against the goods of his principal. Termination of agency relationship. Termination of an agency by acts of the parties. The parties can, on their own occurred agreed to bring their relationship to an end. This includes the agreement between principal and agent, revocation by principal and payment of remuneration to the agent, termination of agency by operation of law. This is by operation of law. This happens in a situation where the law will presume certain operations in such a relationship, and it will be deemed to have occurred. Such situation includes by performance, by refluxation of time, by frustration, by death of principal or death of agent, by insanity of principal or insanity of agent, and by bankruptcy of principal or agent.